Last week, we lost Angie Stone. She died in a car crash. And I was sitting in the living room across from my sister, and she was on her phone. And she asked me, "Do you remember Angie Stone, or do you know who Angie Stone is?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course I know who she is." And she told me what happened. And I just told her, this is not the way a human being should go out. I don't wish that on no one. And that's the mystery of life. We don't know how and when we are going to leave from this world. So my heart goes out to Angie Stone's family. Terrible tragedy. But I'm going to talk about her album, Mahogany Soul. It's her second studio album, arguably the best album of her career. This album is sensational. It has 18 songs. It's usually 19 because of a Japanese tracker is in Japan, but mostly it's 18 songs on the tracking list. Angie Stone, for the most part, she wrote and co-produced this album. She got to work with other artists like Swiss Beats, Raphael Sadiq, who I believe it was one of the songs that he co-wrote with Angie Stone, Chucky Thompson. This album had outstanding production, phenomenal. I love her vocals in this album, great message. This is an album where she uplifts both black men and women in this album. And Angie Stone is responsible for pushing the neo soul movement into the early 2000s. I think that, in my opinion, she followed the footsteps and continue the genre, the trend that's going. I will say that in the late 80s, early 90s, it was soul to soul. And then, late 90s, it was D'Angelo, Lauryn Hill, Erykah Badu, and Angie Stone is right in the middle of that. She was one of those artists that was responsible for continuing to push the neo soul movement. This album, Mahogany Soul, is one of the best R&B albums of 2001. There are so many good songs in this album, such as Soul Insurance, Brother, More Than a Woman, Wish I Didn't Miss You, What You Dying For, Makings of You, which is an interlude. I even like Brother Part 2 featuring Alicia Keys and Eve. An underrated song from this album is called Time of the Month. In my opinion, is underrated. It's an uplifting song. Like I said, I love her voice, especially in this song. I love the voice, and the chorus is tremendous. $20 is another good track in this album. It talks about the struggles of being poor and also borrowing money to help feed a kid, feed themselves as well. So it is a very strong message. And I mean, the chorus is self-explanatory itself. It says it all right there. But it's not easy. There's a lot of people, there's a lot of families that they just don't have it easy, to a point that they need to borrow some money, even if it means such as $20 just to get through the day. But yeah, this is an incredible album, guys. Incredible album. God bless Angie Stone. She never left her southern roots. She had a way of delivering strong and positive messages in her music, and they just don't make music like this anymore. So my review from 1 through 5, I give this album a 4.6 out of 5 stars.